Trump absolutely raged this morning at a Morning Joe segment that talks about his tariffs and really just how much of a bad idea they are. And what we've seen is that in recent days, Trump is already seeming to capitulate on his exorbitant 150%, I believe, tariffs that he has implemented on China, with him now saying that maybe we'll walk it back to 80% after saying that there's absolutely no way under the sun whatsoever that there would be a reduction in the tariffs without China offering a deal first. And when China refused to do that and did not basically called Trump's bluff, now we're seeing Trump already backing down. And this segment here on MSNBC absolutely nails down the reasoning of why he may be doing that and how this whole trade war is not going the way that he thought it was going to go in his head. And Trump had a immediate reaction to this clip we're about to watch here from Morning Joe this morning. So let's go ahead and check this out. Be sure to like the video and subscribe.
As what Wall Street thinks about it, what business leaders think about it, those animal spirits that the Europeans always looked at America with longingly and said, we wish we had more of those have been tamped down over the past 3-4 months. This is the first message to Wall Street. This is the first message to investors, to entrepreneurs, to small business owners. Hey, listen, stick around. There may be a soft landing here with tariffs. And I suspect it's because the alternative is so politically bad and economically bad, I suspect we will end up there.
Joe, I mostly agree with you. Donald Trump is backed into a corner. His grand plans of tariffs aren't working, right? You're seeing day in and day out more business leaders, whether it's Warren Buffett or Jamie Dimon or Ken Griffin, on big global stages saying this is going to crush us economically. And then you've got congressmen, senators from every state saying to this White House, our small businesses are dying here. I'm not saying Donald Trump has changed what he thinks in his heart, but he's backed into a corner and he needs to get off this crazy tariff train, and he knows it. So what did we see with England, right? Great Britain, you've got a PM there who's a close ally of Donald Trump, and they're saying, let's put on a show, let's create a theater, and let's say we've got a deal. And yes, there aren't any details to it. There is still a 10% tariff, which is why Jay Powell is not cutting rates, because 10% is more than triple what it was. So it's still going to be painful, especially for small business. But what's most important is the language around China. A week ago, China was like, we're not showing up unless you lower the tariffs, and we didn't. 48 hours ago, Donald Trump said, we're not going to lower the tariffs. Yesterday, he said, yeah, maybe. And today, things are softening even more. So I absolutely agree with you that Donald Trump is looking for some sort of exit here. And 4 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now, we may be seeing a much better picture, because he has been told that look at the cargo ships coming in to Seattle, the port of Los Angeles. Pick the port. Those ships, we're getting fewer and fewer ships with less and less cargo. And unless he turns this around, 3 weeks from now, you walk into a store and we're going to have a COVID-like supply chain crisis. And Trump is looking for an exit. And while small businesses right now are saying, I don't see it yet, I'm still panicked, Wall Street sees it. One more point yesterday. What did he say? Stock market looks cheap. Buy the market. And I'm not saying Donald Trump is a stock market pontificator, but the last time he said that was April 9th, the day he said, I'm going to press pause. I believe he's giving lots and lots of signals to say this trade war, I'm looking for a way out.
Wow. So now we'll look at what Donald Trump had to say in response, where he said that MSNBC should be forced to tell the truth. Trump said, MSNBC, the worst there is on television misrepresentation, is so far knowingly off in their statements about me and the tariffs that it should be considered a major campaign violation. They are nothing less than an arm of the Democratic National Committee, and their untruths are incredible, real losers. Their ratings are down the tubes, but that pressure on them doesn't give them a right to lie and cheat. What was said there that was a lie or was misrepresenting anything? I mean, Donald Trump has backed down from his tariffs on China, and it does seem that we're heading towards a world where there's going to be some sort of soft landing, quote unquote, as was said there, because what's happening is that the political map for the GOP in 2026 is getting more and more dire by the day, and the real brunt and impact of these tariffs has not even really been felt yet. So it could be where this is a completely politically untenable position for the GOP to have, but that, Donald Trump, lo and behold, didn't think this through and is a very rash, emotional, impulsive, unthoughtful person who basically has flailed upwards enough in his life to land in the position that he is, but he doesn't really have any sort of policy wits or policy credentials when it comes to this kind of stuff. And we're seeing it play out on the world stage where there's this one deal that has been made with a staunch Trump ally. But again, this deal that's been made with the UK, we're not in a better off position than we were prior to April 3rd. It's just not as bad as it was, but to sell that off as a win doesn't really work because we're still not better off than we were before the tariffs were implemented. And, I think that it's just absolutely absurd for Trump to rage at MSNBC here and say, oh, they should be, they're committing a major campaign violation because they're saying obvious truths about your trade policy that the rest of the GOP will, behind closed doors, I'm sure they'll say it, but in public, they'll never say it because, again, the Republican Party is a cult. It's a cult that is based around what Donald Trump wants on a day-to-day basis, and they'll go along with it even if it's hurting them, because the alternative is to be labeled a rhino and exiled from having a political future in the United States of America. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Trump is claiming here was a lie or was misrepresented. I think ultimately Trump his ego has been hurt by people not, here's the thing. Trump, in his heart of heart, he believes his trade policy is actually the right way to go. I actually believe that. He has some sort of affinity with tariffs and actually believes that it's the other countries that are going to be paying them. And, any sort of information that goes against that, it's like, well, you're just against me. No, we're just looking at the truth and the statistics of how your trade policy is actually going to play out, unlike the president and unlike many around him seem to do. That's all I got for you guys in this one. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.